Hello everyone, welcome to MS Aptiv webcast. In this video, we are going to see the steps on how to create a dynamic distribution list in Exchange Online. We can use the Exchange Admin Center or Exchange Online PowerShell to create, manage or remove dynamic distribution list in Exchange Online organization. Unlike regular distribution list that contain a defined set of members, the membership list for dynamic distribution list is calculated each time a message is sent to the group based on the filters and conditions that you define. When an email message is sent to a dynamic distribution group, it is delivered to all recipients in the organization that match the criteria defined for that list. To create a new dynamic distribution list, we need to access and log into the Exchange Admin Center. For that, open your favorite web browser and type in the URL https://admin.exchange.microsoft.com and then press Enter key. Enter the email address of your administrator, which is cladmin@clarx.onmicrosoft.com in my case. Let's enter the user password and click on Sign In. In the Exchange Admin Center web interface, under Recipients, we need to click on Groups. To create a new dynamic distribution list, we need to click on Dynamic Distribution List tab. At this moment, we don't have any dynamic distribution list in our Exchange organization. To create a new dynamic distribution list, let's click on Add a Group. Under Choose a Group Type section, select Dynamic Distribution. Here we can see brief information about that group as well. Click Next. On this window, enter the name and description for the group. I'm giving name Finance. If you want, you can also add description as well. Click Next. On this page, enter the name or email address of the group owner. Here, I want to use our administrator Manhar Rakhulia as a group owner. So let's select Manhar Rakhulia, cladmin@clarx.onmicrosoft.com. Use the Members section to specify the types of recipients for the group and set up rules that will determine group membership. I want to include only users with Exchange mailboxes in this group, and that's why I'm going to select this radio button, only the following recipients type. Let's select users with Exchange mailboxes. Again, I want to remind you that I just want to add only users with Exchange mailboxes to this dynamic distribution list. To define the criteria for membership, select one of the attributes from the drop-down list and provide a value to define the criteria for membership in this group. Let's click on this drop-down button to select the attribute. Here I'm going to use department as a condition to add members to this group. And under value, I'm going to specify finance. Okay. By clicking on Add Another Rule, we can also add another rule to define the criteria for the membership. If we add multiple rules to define membership, a recipient must meet the criteria of each rule to receive a message sent to the dynamic distribution list. At this moment, we just want to add this one condition: users department should be finance. Fine. Click Next. Enter the group email address for the dynamic distribution list. So our dynamic distribution list email address is going to be finance@clarx.onmicrosoft.com. Click on Next. Verify all the details, and if it is okay with you, then click on Create Group. We can see the message that Finance dynamic distribution list has been created successfully. Let's click on Close to close this window. Under Dynamic Distribution List tab, we can see a group Finance available here. The email address is finance@clarex.onmicrosoft.com. Remember, we have defined the condition that only users with Exchange mailboxes and finance department will be the member of this dynamic distribution list. To test this, we will send a test message to our dynamic distribution list, and all the user mailboxes with finance department will receive the copy of it. Let's open Outlook on the web to access administrator's mailbox. Let's click on App Launcher, click on Outlook and open Outlook in the New tab. We have opened the mailbox of our administrator Manhar Rakhulia. Okay? Let's compose a new message by clicking on this new message button. I'm going to click on to specify the email address of our dynamic distribution list. We need to click on all distribution list. And here we are not able to see the email address of our dynamic distribution list. Let me manually type the email address. We can copy it as well. Let's copy the email address of our dynamic distribution list instead of typing it. This is the email address of our dynamic distribution list. Okay, let's paste here. Fine, let's add a subject. After composing the message, let's click on send to send this message to our dynamic distribution list named finance. Let's click on send items to confirm that we have sent the message successfully. Fine. Now I'm going to close Outlook on the web and let's go back to the Exchange Admin Center. Let me click on mailboxes. And here we have one user named Abdul Samad. We are going to open new in private tab as we are going to access the mailbox of our user Abdul Samad. Let's click on these three dots and open new in private window. Let's enter the URL https://outlook.office.com. Let's press enter key. Here enter the email address of our user, which is abduls@clarex.onmicrosoft.com. Fine, so this is the email address of our user. Click next. Enter the password and click on sign in. So we have accessed the mailbox of our user Abdul Samad. Okay, and here in inbox we can see the message which was sent by our administrator Manhar Rakhulia to dynamic distribution list of finance. This is the message. You can see this message is sent by our admin to finance. Hello everyone, this is a test message for DTL. Since we have defined the condition that users with mailboxes in Exchange and from finance department will be the member of this dynamic distribution list. Abdul Samad has received the copy of the mail as this user is from finance department and has mailbox in our Exchange organization. This user will automatically become member of the dynamic distribution list finance as it is matching with the defined criteria for the dynamic distribution list. Let's check the same thing. Let's go back to the earlier window in Exchange Admin Center. Let me click on our username, which is Abdul Samad, and let's click on edit contact information, and let's click on contact information, and here we can confirm that user Abdul Samad's department is finance. So we can confirm that the user Abdul Samad has mailbox in Exchange Online and his department is finance. And that's why our user Abdul Samad is receiving a copy of email which is sent to dynamic distribution list finance. That's conclude the video on how to create a distribution list in Exchange Online using Exchange Admin Center. Thank you for watching this video. Have a nice day.